Make a difference. Make an impact. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Don't take this time.
In the name of Jesus, take control, oh God, take control. This is all about you, God. This is all about you. None of us touch lives, change lives, God. In the name of Jesus, help and heal those that are sick.
Jesus, I give you praise, I give you honor, I give you
Zimaya terebo shoto robo sindaraba bashe. Zimamaya ndaraba shoto robo soto rosha. Zibabashe terebo sindaraba shata. In the name of Jesus.
Oh, you are
in the name
God.
of Jesus. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
God.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Good evening, ladies. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I hope you are all excited about tonight's service. I don't think we'll waste any more time as we have a lot of stuff to do tonight. So I'm going to mute all of us and even those that are going to join in. Sometimes you get a number that
some ladies thing everything was sick.
So I'm going to mute everyone, and if your line keeps unmuting itself and disturbing the session, I will have to remove you, unfortunately, because we cannot have that. So thank you so much for this, for joining in tonight. Without any further ado, we'll just hand over to our sister Onicca, who's already waiting in her kitchen. I'm sure all of you ladies are waiting for us tonight in your kitchens and ready to learn how to recover, how to prepare meals to recover from COVID. So, sorry, let me just mute on entry.
I think there are about 5 people who are not muted. Kate, Ndewu,
So some I keep muting and they keep unmuting. So I'll have to unfortunately take them from the meeting because we had a similar problem yesterday and we cannot afford to have that. This Galaxy A10, I don't know who it is. It keeps unmuting and I will have to remove it from the meeting. So thank you, ladies. Onicca, if you are ready, I think you can take over.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Raberani, the Madekwana, and today I'm in my chef jacket, and you know when I'm in my chef jacket, what time is it? And I say, Rabbi, that you have copied me.
I learned from the best.
Why did you have a memo that you're gonna be on our chef jacket? Can everybody see me? I'm not in my house in Joburg, so I'm in my Smolanyana house here in Durban. Not a lot of things here. I had to improvise. So I don't even have a ring light. I use a side lamp. I hope you guys can see me.
We can see.
And if you don't have a notebook, please do yourself a favor and go grab a notebook. Because what I'm going to share with you tonight is not just for COVID. It's just basic principles of cooking healthy food. You know, basic principles of cooking healthy food. So if you can just grab everything that I'm going to say tonight, you will not have to worry about cooking for a family. Again, healthy food for a family, because the principle will be the same. Even if you're going to incorporate fish, whatever, but the principles will remain the same. So without much ado, there's those who follow me on social media, I think they've seen, I've shared it. There's this verse that has been bubbling in my spirit about, you know, Isaiah 1 verse 9. And it says that if God has not left us the remnants, let me read it so that it doesn't sound like I'm speaking from my mind. The Bible says here in the book of Isaiah 1 verse 9, it says, if the Lord of heaven's armies had not spared few of us. The other version says, if the Lord has not left us survivors or remnants, right? We would have been wiped out like Sodom and Gomorrah. So, you know, the nation of Sodom and Gomorrah was wiped out, but God spared some people. And last time, you know, I listened to Pastor Koma when he was preaching about this, and it so ministered to me that the fact that we are the remnants, we are the survivors, right? The fact that you still have breath tonight, you still can breathe. You are a remnant and you're a survivor. So you have survived COVID, you've survived accident, you've survived HIV and AIDS, you've survived things that people could not survive. You are here and you're a remnant. And you think God has made a mistake? Do you think God has just decided, oop, this one must go, this one must come? So clearly, the reason why God had left remnants if you read, you know, the story of the Israelites and later on how the nation gave birth to our Lord Jesus Christ, God left the remnants in Sodom and Gomorrah because the children of Israel, the nation of Israel, had to still live for the plan and the purpose of God, which would come to fruition later on when Jesus Christ would be born. So had God wiped everybody, we would not be talking about Calvary, we would not be talking about the work of the cross. So every time when God leaves remnants, every time when God leaves people here on earth, there is a reason and there's a purpose. So there are people here. Today, everybody's talking about Shona Ferguson, right? You know, everybody's talking about people who we have lost in the past month or since COVID started. You can count all of them, right? They are gone. They are not here, but you are here. You are a remnant. You are a survivor. Do you think God just say, no, you're just going to be here, Jane? No, no. So you are a remnant for a purpose. You are a remnant for a reason. You are a remnant because there is a particular, people have served their beat and they are not here anymore. And you are here. And the Bible says, in him we live, we move, and we have our being. So in him we are living. Without him, there's no life. So if God can still entrust you with his breath every morning, and he put his breath, surely there must be a reason. Surely there must be a purpose. Surely there must be something special about the role that you still have to play here on earth, because otherwise we will be wasted breath. And God doesn't waste time. God does not just say, oh, okay, I'm just gonna have this one lingering around here on earth. So you are a remnant, and you better be a remnant with a purpose. You better make it count and say, God, the fact that I'm here and I'm still alive and I'm not dead, I'm not in a grave, surely there's something. And what is it? What is it that you're a remnant for? What is it that has made you to still be here today and you are here in this Zoom meeting? So we better sit down and say, and this bring me to my second verse before we cook, because we need to give context. This is prayer, but you are praying and bringing practical solutions to the life of being a Christian. So there's another verse that I want to read for us now before I go to cooking, so that we can get the context of what God is saying. And that is in Psalm 90. And it says, oh God, teach us to live well. This is a prayer of the psalmist. He says, oh God, now that you are a remnant, now that you are a survivor, you're not going to live in as if when you are deserving of God's breath, as if when you've done something special for God to still be alive, right? He said, the other day I was reading a book of Miles Monroe, and I'm like, oh my God, by the way, Miles Monroe died, guys, you know? And I was like, such a great man, but we are here, we are remnants. He's not here anymore. Do you think God said, oh, okay, Onicca? No, surely there's a reason why you are here. And you better be a survivor that makes it count. And the Bible is imploring on us here. It says, oh God, teach us to live well. Teach us to live wisely and well. This is a prayer of the psalmist in Psalm 90:12. Says, teach us to live well. And we all need to pray. And the first thing that we need to do to live well is to take care of this body. You know, I normally say when I speak to pastors that sometimes prayers that pastors pray in pulpits are such a waste of time. You must go tell your people, your congregants, go and drink water, period. Because every time when a pastor calls an altar call, everybody has diabetes, everybody has hypertension, everybody has this. These are self-inflicted diseases that we need to fight every day. We are wasting God's prayers, right? We are wasting God's prayers. So we need to pray for wisdom. We need to pray this prayer of the psalmist to say, God, teach me to live well. Because it is when we understand that fact that God must teach us to live well, that you'll understand that you won't subject your body to this. And I want to do this demonstration now because it's very much important. One, we need to live healthy lives. So this is two bodies, right? This is the body of Onicca who said, God, teach me to live well. And this is the body of those one who says in Pilangai one. You know them, right? Right, in Pilangai one, we live once. So you've got these two bodies. So let me get some water quickly. So this is Pilangai one. Nipilangaiwani is, hello, I'm just gonna live my best life. I'm gonna eat everything. Life is too short to be eating kale, right? No problem, it's your choice. Nobody's gonna force you. So every day it's you, right? You are here, this is your body, right? You are here, you are here, you are here. You are eating everything that is flying in the surface of the earth. It's you are eating everything. This is your body. Pilangaiwani. You're not gonna tell me, Onicca, life is too short. We're all gonna die one day, right? Where is my soul? We're all gonna die one day, all of us. So you are just living your best life in jail every day. You don't care about your body. You don't detox. You don't drink water. You don't eat veggies. It's kota, it's chips, it's Russian, it's Coke, and then this is you. So this is your body, right? So every day when you wake up, you are subjecting your body to this. And I want you to see this mixture. It can't even mix because this is the storage that is in your system every day, right? So by the way, it's fine, live your best life, okay? This is what you do. You don't care about what you are eating, you're not even conscious, and you get your body to what we call a state of acidity, right? It's a state of storage, if you don't want to be remembering, big English words. So this is the state of storage in your system, right? So this state of storage, because we all have got, some form of carcinogens, which are cancer cells, right? So when COVID arrives in this body, every virus, when it gets into a dirty place, it thrives. It goes and it gives birth. Just try to see in a storage, like there are worms in a storage. Like this is what is happening in your body. Every day when you are living your best life. So even if they can say there's a flu, boom, it comes here, it thrives. There's TB passing here. It comes in your body, it thrives because when you have created a nice environment for bacteria and viruses to thrive in your body. So this is you. So you wonder when now you die of COVID, they say, no, but this person was going to gym, you're going to gym, Mara. Storage was here. The virus found a very nice place to live at, to reside. And the virus is living its best life in your body. It's multiplying. Any virus for that matter. Right, so your immune system is low because there is no soldier that can thrive in a storage. So the immune system is low, and then where are your arteries? That goes to your blood, to your heart. They are swimming in this. Then there is inflammation. There's clot. There's blockages. Then hypertension and cholesterol and stroke. Everything here. Because what can move here? Nothing can live in here. It's only bacteria that can thrive. So you have deliberately, out of your own fruition, without being forced, created a habitable space for your for viruses. Yeah. So it's your fault. So when people come in, oh my God, hypertension, I'm like, good job. You've caused it for yourself. So even if this is genetic, because people love to talk about genetics to say, well, yes, no, the issue of diabetes, no, family, whatever. Even if you can be born with that from the family, from the lineage, but if this is your body, you won't live beyond 15 years, because even if you are born with some genetics of cancer in your system because of the bloodline, if you have created a conducive environment for you to finish you off earlier than you had expected, because the environment is conducive. So even if genetically you come from a family with cholesterol, if you're gonna create a conducive environment for this is cholesterol, by the way, this is cholesterol around every lining of your system, right? Do you think a heart can pump here? No. So every time when you eat with a consciousness of what you are doing. Eating is not a recreational activity. It's not no. I'm a foodie. People know I own a restaurant. I'm a chef. I mean, but for me, I don't eat for recreation. I don't go to a restaurant to go dine, because I fill up my body with what my body needs. The same way when the car taken to a petrol station, for it to be fueled, for it to be able to perform its function. So a car does not go to a petrol station because it just feels like, you want to do it. Because the car understands that without fuel, I can't function. And the car also understands that if I'm going to be a car, a Polo that needs a 95, and you put diesel in my body, it's going to stop.
Yeah.
So we are here. God has created this body to perform particular functions, the heart to pump the blood, the lung to pump the oxygen, the intestine to digest. Every single part of our body or every single system has been created to perform a particular function so that you are alive today. The same way, the car cannot move from point A to point B unless it has got fuel. A car cannot perform a function because a truck cannot load things and do the work because without fuel. A taxi cannot take us from point. So a car, for it to perform functions, it needs to be fueled and fueled properly. So that is why it's very much important for us to understand that you don't eat because it's a recreational, it's a fun thing to do. You eat because this body, it needs fuel for it to function. That is why some people, they just drop and die. Or some people, they just have multiple organ failures. And when you have multiple organ failures, the body does not just, people say, hey, my mom dropped and died. It's not true. The same way your car will start to give you all these lights and beeps and red things and you ignore them, you continue, and then at some point the car just goes, right? So this is what happens. So even in your body, you start to have constipation and you think, no, it's just, and you even normalize having constipation, right? You start having a headache. You normalize having a headache, you start just drinking Panadol. And when you have a headache, your body is telling you that there is a red light in your body, right? So when you start being fatigued, your body is telling you that there's a red light. So like a car, when you ignore it and live your best life, and you start living on tablets because your body told you, there are people who live on laxative every day for the rest of their lives because they're on a perpetual state of constipation. So the body is saying to you, there's something wrong with your gut. But no, when you have normalized chemists, you are forever buying all the sorts of things. By the time you know it, your kidneys and the livers have got all sorts of problems because of synthesized, the tablets and all these things that you'll have to drink. that we rely on. So I want to show you a body of a person who is very much intentional, right? I just want to quickly do this. Where is my lemon? Quickly. So, okay, I prepared this earlier on. This is TP1 concoction each morning, right? So this is not just lemon. It's a person who, you know, understand that I must have a smoothie, I must have, you know, 7 colors, I must eat more veggies, I must drink water, I must, you know, then when a bacteria falls there, it drops and dies. Because there is no room. And these are the people who tell you, I don't remember the last time I had flu. By the way, every day, especially now during the era of industrialization, the very air that we breathe is polluted.
Nice.
The chemicals that we use, that is why I send you things about how to make lotions, because the chemicals, that's why we've got cancers, skin cancers and all sorts of things. So we really need to understand that every day we are vulnerable, we're susceptible to breathing, you know, air that is polluted, eating things that has got bacteria and poisons and so forth, because of the things that, you know, now the system is, they just want to make everything to sell fast. So you find that preservatives, colorants, all these things that we eat that are packaged, that are tinned, they've got preservatives. Preservatives are poison. Just that day, you feel like a cake, like on my birthday, I had a cake. But if this is who am I on a daily basis? So whatever that comes here, it goes and then it just, you know, it just goes away. So I want to give you this, do this before I get to cooking. Do this exercise. And this is the exercise that I want you to do, right? For yourself. I couldn't do it here because of time. So this is an apple. So I want you to take lemon. I want you to squeeze on the half of the side of a lemon and leave the other side. Don't squeeze the lemon, just leave it as it is and just expose this and put it wherever. Before you sleep, if you don't have lemon and apple, you can go buy them. And I want you to look at this apple a day later. And you will agree with me that this apple, and that is why when we talk about healthy food, we talk about antioxidants. The apple goes through a process of oxidation, right? It starts to turn, the apple will turn brown. So this is the part that has the lemon, is the part that has the lemon. So the part that has the lemon will not lose the color. The part that does not have the lemon will turn brown. So this is what we call oxidation. So I just need to turn this down a bit so that you can see what I'm doing. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So this is the lemon, right? So when you, oh, this is the apple. So I want you to go and squeeze one side, right? So this side is just lemon, this side does not have. So the side that has lemon, it is the side that is not going to turn brown, right? The side that does not have lemon squeezed in is the side that will oxidize. So the reason why we always say eat fruits and veggies, because fruits and veggies have got what we call antioxidants, right? Because once there is oxidation in your system, it means whatever that you get from the atmosphere through chemicals, through the air that you breathe, when it arrives in your body, what is going to happen is that, one, when it arrives in a place where you eat healthy, the lot of antioxidants is not going to turn brown. So it means it's not affected, right? So whenever you can be exposed, not that we need to on a daily basis expose ourselves, but we are vulnerable, right? So especially those of us who live in Joburg, we will have tall buildings. We don't have a lot of trees around us. There are a lot of fresh air. So you will have, for example, oxidation happening in the part that there's no lemon. So I want you to do this exercise by yourself and you'll see what I mean. So every time you eat a fruit, just know that you are eating an antioxidant. And an antioxidant, it is that particular property, is that particular foodstuff that will make sure that whatever that can come into your body, even if it is by mistake, it does not thrive. I hope I make sense. And talk to me on the charts, because now I want to move towards cooking. The very reason why we are here. And I think Rabi is the most excited one. And most of the time, what I encourage people to do, maximize your drinking of water in terms of the nutritional properties. Don't just drink water and J. Make sure that your water has some lemon, vitamin C, and also got antibacterial properties. You can have some rosemary, it has vitamin C, and it's very great in terms of decongesting. It adds the flavor as well. Most people will say, I don't like water, so this is the best time to have your water. And you've got the fresh mint, right? That is why most of the flu stuff are made of fresh mint, because it's also very good in terms of decongesting. It's also very great with what do you call it? With oral health. So that's why most of the time I just treat like that. That's why you have toothpaste made of mint, fresh mint, because so this is how I normally will just drink my water. So as we are cooking, we're hydrating, but we're not only hydrating, we also got nutrients. So drink your water like this, okay? Lemon, strawberry, grapefruit, whatever food that you can get, it's all good. So that you don't just drink water, you're also adding nutritional properties in your water. Are we ready to start cooking? Remember what COVID does, and I don't want to go back much into that. What COVID does, it's like I talked about soldiers in the body. So COVID will get into your body, and when the soldiers, and I always give this analogy about real soldiers, right? To say soldiers in the body, in the country, in South Africa. We probably, when I was doing the peace and stability module in my honors degree, South Africa has one of the best military, defense amongst many. That is why when there are coups in other countries in Africa, will assist. And that is not by accident. It's because there is a very big investment in the Department of Defense. So they don't wait for the day of the coup or the war, and then they start saying, wow, where are the soldiers? We better get them ready and all that. So every day, the Department of Defense, they've got a system that they use to make sure that they've got a strong defense system. It's either they buy, when I was attending the presidential inauguration in 2019, I think there was an hour of the military precision and all those fire jets and everything. I think the president was just trying to show us that you don't take chances because he has got the most capable, So those big trucks and those whatever, we've seen them during COVID and even now during the riots. So we've got a very big military, a big defense department with the capacity. That is why out of many other countries, even if we're here close to Mozambique, you'll not really hear, threats of the coup because we are capable. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this, I want to give this analogy of the defense system, that the president of the Minister of Defense doesn't just wake up and say, oh my God, there's the riots in Durban. Where are the soldiers? The soldiers are sleeping. Oh my God, no. Even if there's no threat in the board, in the country, even if there's no threat, but soldiers, they are still being subjected to a very clear, well-structured, program to make sure that I once catered for the military event. I mean, those people, they eat a whole chicken, they must have a lot of protein and all that. So they're very deliberate about the fact that the soldiers must be strong, ready and capable for the day there is war. So many of us now during COVID, we were running last minute with ginger and garlic because we were hoping that, oh my God, there's COVID, ginger, where are you? Because all of a sudden we thought that we must strengthen the the system, the immune system, the soldiers of our body. The problem is that some people it works, some people it was too little too late. It was like you're trying to get the soldiers in the country to exercise when they are already, when there's already Boko Haram in the country. So by the time the soldiers get fit, Boko Haram might have killed some people. So this is what happened in the country. That most people that, as you know, who succumbed to COVID is people who had comorbidities, people who had already comorbidities that had caused their immune system to weaken. So when COVID arrived, it was just one hammer and then a person dies. And that is why we need to be intentional every day about strengthening the immune system so that when the day of danger comes, you don't look around. You know that your immune system is strong. It can withstand anything and everything that can be a danger to your system. But so whatever that I'm going to show you, it's not necessarily for COVID, because once you can master this, you know you can incorporate this in your day-to-day. It's something that you don't even need to say, oh my God, it's winter, am I going to have a flu shot? Or I don't do those things. I don't have a headache. I don't like, I hardly get, I don't remember the last time I got sick. Like I only go to the doctor once in 6 months just for my routine checkups, because I don't get sick. I used to have very bad menstruation pains, but since the past 5 years, I started this journey. I'm on ginger every day in my concoction, and they're gone. So because the Bible says, maybe this is the last verse that I'm going to read. Faith, you know, we're in a prayer. So the Bible says here in Ezekiel 47, that but the river itself on both banks will grow fruits of all kinds. Their leaves won't wither, the fruits won't fail. Every month they'll bear fresh fruits because the river from the sanctuary flows to them. Their fruit will be food and their leaves will be for healing, right? So there's no mistake. God knew that the fruit and the vegetables will be our food, and the leaves and the herbs will be for healing, will be our medicine, right? And Genesis 1 says, then God said, I've given you every sort of seed-bearing plants on earth and every kind of fruit-bearing tree given to you for food. So every kind of tree bearing fruit is given you for food, right? So God was very clear about what he wanted us to do. So now the first thing that I'm going to show you guys, I need to start from something that needs cooking, which is going to be a hot butternut and carrot soup. I've already cut, so Rabbi, I'm gonna give you a chance to, whoever who's joining me in cooking, you cut your things, and then as you are cutting, I'm going to explaining every, every ingredient and the importance of every ingredient in the soup. The reason why I love the soup, especially for people who are recovering from COVID, remember the three things that I'm going to show today. When we grew up learning about 7 colors. Unfortunately, the 7 colors of the Western world, they taught us about chakalaka, beetroots, potato salads, and all those things. We never be told that actually the 7 colors, it is actually there's the 7 colors. So we need to make sure that when we eat, let's incorporate as much fruits as possible, as much veggies as possible. And it's very much difficult, especially with the kids. So how I love to incorporate more things in my food, it is through soup, it is through a smoothie. Because I know that because there's berry, I don't prefer this packaged things because of time today, I got the mixed berries. So because I know, like my grandson, Ole, loves this. So I can throw a kale, which is great. I can throw a broccoli or a spinach. He doesn't have to see it because he loves strawberries. He loves berries. So then I can make a smoothie for him out of it. So most of the time, especially with kids, play around with the veggies that they don't like and try to hide them. Like how I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to make a very nice soup. I wish somebody could come here because just here by myself. I'm going to be cooking all these things. So I love to use coconut oil. Olive oil is still great, high source of vitamin E, which is great in terms of nourishing of the skin, keeping us warm. So very much important. And there's no other way to make soup except this. Even if you do a vegetable soup, or Rabbi, I'm not going to reach out. I see the messages go. If you don't mind, if it's something that needs my attention, just read it out for me, ne? I really appreciate it.
All right.
So I love coconut oil because it's very high in vitamin E, especially during winter. So what I'll normally just do, which is very, very simple. So you might not be able to see inside. I'll also just try to tilt it a bit for you guys so that you're able to see what's going on. So the simplest thing to make soup, and whether it is a broccoli, pea soup, whatever their favorite veggies, the basic and the principle is the same, right? So most of the people, when they use herbs, they don't do what I do. And I realized that it is the best way of incorporating herbs in your food for the flavor, and also so that the nutritional properties of the herbs can be can simmer right through. So instead of me doing the onion first, most people do the onion first. I do the herbs first. So this is how I make my butternut carrots, and I'm doing it a Thai style, because remember, butternut can also just be butternut, eh? It can be like, oh. So I'm trying to make it nice with some bit of, turmeric, some paprika, and also some bit of, a chili, so that it tastes nice. By the way, you all know cayenne pepper. Those of you who are trying to lose weight, you know that cayenne pepper is very much great. But cayenne pepper is also very great in terms of, so this is the ginger, this is the garlic. You can grate this, but this is just a nice accessory to have. And this is the price. I bought it just yesterday. So this is how much? How much is this? Okay, 200. Oh, it's a bit expensive. Okay, but you can grate. So this is the thyme, right? The thyme, the ginger, the rosemary, and the garlic. So you're just going to make sure that you grind this in a, and by the way, because I love to cook with my kids, these are the things that kids love to do. So you just say, okay, you've got your ginger there. You can grind it in a grinder. Nice workout as well. I can already feel my arms are burning. So this is a very nice mixture. Even when you want to drink this, grind it, because when you grind it, you are releasing all the nutritional properties and the flavors, right? So my pot is there. It's nice and it's hot. I have my coconut oil. You can also use the olive oil. They all are very great source of vitamin E. I just prefer those, because I think maybe it's cheaper now. So my pan was warm. You can hear that twist. And then now in you go, ginger, garlic, thyme, rosemary. So you start with the ginger, the garlic, and the rosemary, right? So, and remember when you cook, no high heat when you cook. You need to simmer so that everything else can release the nutritional properties. I'm gonna tilt so that you guys can see. Next time I'll have a full studio with the whole cameraman. So now that all the nutrients, all the flavors are out, then I've got onions, right? I've got onions, nice onions. I'm going to simmer my onions. My heat is low, it's at 5, it's at medium. Then you simmer the onions. The onions will also be very translucent. Remember, anybody who's struggling with asthma and sinuses, onions must be your go-to. You must eat onion as it is and do breathing exercises. So I just gave you a remedy. Onions.
The question, sorry, Onicca.
Yeah.
Someone is asking which coconut is best, organic or which one?
Yeah, it's organic. Remember, anything is not organic, it means it has been processed. So it's not safe, it has preservatives. So this is organic. I bought this at discount. And the other thing I wanted to say to all of you, we are in this system, guys, that it's about making money, it's about making sure that products are in the shelves very quick. So you find that these are peppers, but the peppers are genetically modified. So the best thing you can do for yourself, go to where there is a market. You see these women who are selling vegetables from the street, those are the most cheapest, most reliable vegetables you can find. So on a Sunday or Saturday, whatever day it is, it depends on where you stay. Make sure that you go buy loose veggies. You know, we used to buy carrots loose, you know, loose. Because this one that are packaged like this, where is that package thing? The ones that are packaged, we're no longer sure about their states, because once it gets into machine, we don't know what they've done with it. So the most reliable ones are the ones that are loose ones. So we are sure that they were, you know, organically, you know, produced by, especially those small scale farmers. Those are the ones that are very reliable. So I've got my vegetables here, right? Butternuts. Okay, I had my carrots. Okay. So I'm gonna have my carrot in there. And then because the carrot has you know, the roughage in the carrot is very great in terms of fiber. And if the carrot is fresh, you don't need to peel it, right? You can just have it in there, the carrots. And then from there, you're going to have your cayenne pepper, remember? Remember, we're trying also just to make it, you know, juice it up a bit so that it doesn't just become a very boring soup. Then we have the cayenne pepper. We're gonna have some turmeric and some cinnamon. So those are the main spices that we're going to add in our butternut soup. So after that, okay, I don't smell turmeric. Where is my turmeric? I forgot to boil water as well. We're going to boil some water. So after you have your carrots, your butternut, some turmeric, some paprika, some cayenne pepper. We're going to allow them to saute a bit. Saute is to fry, right? You're going to allow them to saute a bit. Remember, there is nothing of animal fat in my food, because during COVID, the problem with meat is that it causes inflammation. And remember, your lungs during COVID are already, oh, okay. This is a fresh turmeric, guys. I'll use the fresh turmeric. You see, I got this at Checkers. It's very scarce, but I think Checkers have the fresh turmeric. Even with the morning concoction that I normally ask you guys to drink, use the fresh turmeric. It's very great. Anyway, fresh is good, you know. Even this one in the box, once they start to process it, they put it inside the machine, they dry it, it kind of loses some bit. And I want to read something, especially people who are struggling with cancer, all sorts of cancers. I want to read something about turmeric that is very special. I read it yesterday in one of the books. So you have got butternut, you've got the carrots, in you go. That's the water. Just enough to allow your soup to simmer through. And then once your soup is simmering through, I'm going to show you the next recipe. We're doing 3 today. The other ones will be quicker. So your soup is going to simmer nicely there. And when it's simmering, I'm going to show you guys how to make a smoothie. Remember, in a COVID case, I normally say soup should be in the evening. And because the soup is not heavy, your body cannot work to try to flush out the virus, to try to detox. And then now it has to digest the meat. It has to digest all this heavy stuff that you are eating. So when you are COVID positive, make sure that you eat as clean as possible so that you lessen the amount of work your body needs to do for digestion processes. I hope I'm making sense. So just make sure that you are simmering it low heat. When you cook all the time, you don't go like your food mustn't do that. Your food must go like. So that is a medium heat, right? Medium heat, unless the recipe is clear that you must boil. But if you just make sure that you simmer. That's very important. Do I have a question in the chat, Rabbi, before I can pack here and go to my smoothie?
Okay, no, someone was just asking for the ingredients. What are we making? I just shared the ingredients. Maybe they will just have to write down the recipe as you are explaining.
And can I quickly read something to you? Like this was just like, wow. Nobody must die, guys, of lifestyle diseases. Like everything that has been created by God in the garden was made for us to live healthy lives. I quickly need to read this. I was reading, this is a book, How Not to Die. And it is all the parts, how not to die from cancer, how not to die from diabetes, how not to die from blood pressure, how not to die from kidney disease and all that. So not to die from heart disease. So I was reading about how not to die from lung disease. And this is why turmeric is very important. And I quickly need to read this for you. And this like just blew, just like, wow, God. So when you drink that morning concoction that I gave you, now, can you drink it with a sense of purpose, understanding what turmeric does in your body? This is not long. It says, so how does curcumin is a property. Curcumin is this yellow part, this yellow thing in the turmeric. It's a property that is found in turmeric. Affect the process. It happens to have the ability to reprogram the self-destruction mechanism back into cancer cells. All cells contain so-called death receptors, right? That triggers self-destruction. So, however, curcumin, appears to be able to reactivate them. Curcumin can also kill cancer cells directly by activating execution enzyme called caspase inside cancer cells. Curcumin has been found to be effective against a variety of other cancer cells, including those of breast, brain, blood, colon, kidney, liver, lungs, and skin. For reasons not fully understood, curcumin seems to leave non-cancerous cells alone. Unfortunately, turmeric has yet to be tested in clinical trials. So that is where I have a problem with government, that now that most doctors are proving this, why don't they put it as on a trial so that they can put cancer clients on the turmeric concoction? Nobody knows. They want to give people chemo. So this is about turmeric, just amongst other things, that turmeric has got the properties to fight cancer. So that's why it's very much important for us to drink that concoction in the morning that I always tell people to drink. So while our soup is simmering, let's move to the second last, which is my most important meal of the day.
Before you can move, there's a couple of questions.
Okay.
I see there's one about period pains, and as you said earlier, you'd rather focus on the questions that are talking about COVID today so that we don't divert from the main purpose. So I think we can ask that privately. And those that want any other questions that are not related to COVID can then contact her and consult. The details will be given towards the end. Okay, is it possible to recover from COVID with taking herbs only and not taking your antibiotics and medication from the doctor?
Okay, that's the question. All my clients, 100% recovery. There's no conventional medicine. There's no antibiotic. Mkhonyana is the biggest biggest antibiotic. A mixture of honey and ginger is the biggest antibiotic. So I don't put any client of mine on any conventional medicine. It's only on herbs. It's only on wellness. I just, the thing that I know people to do: drink water, sleep, get oxygen, get vitamin D outside, do some walk, drink mklonyana, eat a proper soup like the one that I'm showing you, have a smoothie for breakfast. So those are the things that I tell people to do. And there's not been a death case in all the COVID cases, thousands of them, of people that are assisted, because God has given us all things pertaining to life and godliness.
Amen.
Can you go to a...
And someone is asking the author of the book that you were reading from.
Oh, great. Okay.
And if you
Michael Greger. Michael Greger.
If you can bring it closer to the camera. Can you bring it closer to the camera, they're asking? Okay. Michael Greger.
How not to die.
Okay.
How not to die. I mean, this guy was a physician for 30 years, right? Was a physician for 30 years. So he's explaining, actually, this blows my mind, because this guy was a physician for 30 years, and he says that if he has to go to hell, it will be a hell wherein doctors are killing people. And he explains why. He says that there are 70% of the things doctors are treating people for are not necessarily trial and error. Because the conventional medical system is not done to diagnose. When you go to a doctor and you have got a headache, they give you a Panadol, they won't tell you what is the cause of your headache. Let me not get to that. Yeah, but that's a fact.
You can share the...
So you need to go and do x-rays later on, they'll give you medication, and then you go back later, you go. So by the time you find out what is wrong with you, you'd have had a whole bag of medicine. So that is why herbal or alternative medicine is very great, because even though you don't know what is wrong with you, because how God has created these things, automatically they are going to go inside your body and they are going to go and detect what is wrong with you and heal it. It's like a car. Isn't it that when God created the body, he also created these things for this body? So God did not create a tablet, right? So God created the body, and God created the herbs and the food that he wants us to eat, because he knows that this one is vitamin E, it is great for this. This one is vitamin D, is great for this. This one is iron. This one is, potassium. So God has created that. So the whatever that you eat, the body will know that after you eat thyme, this is where thyme must go and fix in your system.
Okay, so one last question. Someone says, if you can share again the concoction, what's on the concoction?
The one that I'm drinking, or the one that I want you guys to drink every morning?
The one that we're supposed to drink every morning.
Okay, it's a liter of water. You boil a liter of water with a teaspoon of turmeric. Please go get a fresh turmeric if you can. Teaspoon of turmeric, garlic, ginger, excuse me, one lemon, one full lemon, and 1 spoon of honey. And I always say alternate days, the powder moringa. So some days don't, maybe have moringa twice a day. I mean, twice a week or thrice. This is very great. It's also very great for men to improve your libido. So you need to adapt. There's no reason that people should go queue at men's clinic, honestly. It's a waste of time, because they give you steroids, and then after 3 days, the steroids are getting used to your body, and then you're back to square zero. So just take care of yourself, men, and drink things that are very helpful.
Then someone was just giving a comment. Yes, it is possible to recover from COVID with herbs. I am breastfeeding and could not take any tablets. I drank the concoction and ate clean and did the breathing exercises. So I think that's just confirming that, yes, you don't really need antibiotics.
Yeah, you don't need antibiotics. The other issue, and whoever has got antibiotics with them, moringa bite at discum, can you go and read the side effects of that antibiotic? Then that's always what I tell my clients, that before you drink medicine, go and read the side effects. You will throw it through the window. Because you understand that that pill is meant to fix something and break another one. All right. So I did say that the other thing that I do, and which is normally my breakfast, just to make sure that I've got a number of things, remember, I'm the nutritionist, so I'm the one who must know what is the importance of liver, is for iron, the importance of almond milk, it's for vitamin E, the importance of lemon is vitamin C for immune system, the importance of oats is for zinc, so you don't need to memorize those things. So the best thing that you can do is just to make sure that you eat multiple colors and multiple textures of food. So be very intentional, very deliberate to say, okay, so this is part of incorporating a lot of things in your food, because just by having thyme here and rosemary and lemon, you already have got the fiber, the lemon, the vitamin C, you've got the potassium, without you even thinking. And these are the things that your body needs on a daily basis. But you don't have to be counting to say, oh my God, did I have iron today? Oh my God, did I have potassium? So just make sure that you incorporate all these things on a daily basis, right? I've got a 107-year-old grandmother, a Magogo rather, who was not fine. And then, so she had COVID. So I put her through a program. The kids said they've never seen her that healthy in the past 20 years. And health, just helps. Okay. So this is the smoothie. And the reason why I love a smoothie is that it's a go-to on-the-go breakfast. So people who say, no, I don't have time to prepare breakfast, it's not true, because you have got 2 minutes to prepare a smoothie. So normally what I do, people say their blenders are breaking because we're starting with the hard stuff. So always start with the liquids. So what I did, guys, because I encourage plant-based living as much as possible, because meat carries carcinogens, and carcinogen is cancer cell. So all meat items carries carcinogen. All dairy items carries carcinogen, and carcinogen is cancer forming cells. So if you are eating meat or you are eating dairy, just know that you are literally eating cancer cells like this. So I eat meat, but not every day. I literally have cut all the dairy products in my food, because they also causes mucus. And remember that now when you're COVID, your body, your lungs have got, they've got inflammation and they've got mucus. That is why the airwaves are blocked. So when you are eating meat, when you're COVID positive, or you are eating dairy, it exacerbates the mucus that is already formed as a result of COVID. So when you're COVID positive, for that time, just be off meat, be off milk, and be off all this nyaga of salt and on all that. You'll see, you'll recover fast, because now you are foiling your body with the right things to be able to can fight. All right. So I normally will have my almond milk. I found this almond milk the other day, and I enjoy it as well. So you can use this. And then this is a bit expensive, I know, guys. This is actually, it reminds me of Nespresso. I used to love Nespresso when I was growing up. So this reminds me. So this can last you for a while. So you can, instead of the liquid one, you can use this and water. Right? You start with a cup of water and then some powdered almond milk. So I use this with my oats and all that, and it's very great. And then is there a question? Banana?
Yeah, there was a question. Someone is
remember,
saying,
remember we told that COVID vitamin, we need vitamin C in our system. And when we were growing up, we're made to believe that vitamin C, okay, let me take it down. We're made to believe that vitamin C is only found in citrus food like your lemon and your orange. So vitamin C is found in a lot of food. Even the typical banana has got vitamin C, which is very great. So it is very much important for us to make sure that we incorporate as much of this as possible. And remember, I did talk about oxidation, right? So for us to stop, we need antioxidants. So ginger has got antioxidant properties, your turmeric, so the berries as well. So I don't prefer this, guys. I honestly don't. Today, as I was buying, because I stay alone here, I didn't buy. So normally what I do on a Sunday, I buy the fruits and I cut them. So I'll do a green smoothie. So in a green smoothie, I'll have the spinach, the cucumber, the green apple, the kale, and the celery. So I'll put them in frozen packs like those, Zeppa, and then I'll have them in the deep freeze. So then I'll have my tropical smoothie. So it will be like a banana, mango, a pineapple, pawpaw, some orange, and that will be my tropical smoothie. Then I'll have my berry smoothie. So it will be blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries. So because I couldn't find the things that I needed today, I bought this for demonstration. So this is a breakfast on the go, right? So you have your berries here. Got my banana, got my berries. I also love banana because you don't have to put any sugar in it. It's nice and sweet. So remember that banana and milk is a base of every smoothie, right? So milk, then banana. Then you can add any fruit. You can mix anything. You can even mix berry and spinach. You can mix watermelon and grapes, anything, but maximize the nutrients, right? Like what I'm gonna do now. I love just to maximize my the nutrients, and you don't have to do this all the time. So to make your smoothie to be filling, we've got the oats, right? Oats is high in zinc. Those who are COVID positive will know that doctors will give you the supplements, the zinc supplements, and the vitamin C supplements. Am I wrong? So oats is very high in zinc. So there's a raw oats. Okay, I don't love measuring, guys. That's a weakness of chefs. But trust me, this is half a cup. So this is basically it, right? But before that, there's some flavor that is brought about by mint.
There's a couple of questions. I don't know whether I should ask them now or.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. There is a big hype about moringa. Okay, let's see. Where is that? Oh, there's so much hype about moringa. What is the nutritional value drinking it?
Trust me, moringa is very high, very, 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 very high in calcium, people who are struggling with bones, right? Moringa is an immune booster. Like I said, even men who are struggling with libido will be able to benefit from moringa. Yeah.
Oh.
As fiber. So there's an article that I read about moringa, that moringa has got 10 times more vitamin C than many other of those vitamin C foods that you have. So it's a super plant. And now here in Africa, we are exporting a lot of moringa to Europe because the Europeans have seen the power of moringa. That's why even now there's a Norox moringa, because they know that moringas are super plants. So there's a lot. It is vitamin E, it is iron, people who are struggling with the iron deficiency. Yeah, it's a super plant.
Okay, so
there's also a hype about people not overdoing moringa. It's because it has 10 times more of this, 10 times more of the amount of vitamin mamang and all that. So you don't overdo it. So when I do the 1 liter of water, I just put a teaspoon, and not every day.
Okay, so we can stop taking the immune boosters and take the concoction only. That will be sufficient. Will that be sufficient?
I don't believe in tablets and supplements. So the same zinc you get in a supplement is the same zinc you can get in oats, chia seeds. So I don't live on supplements myself.
Okay, there's a controversial one. Do you encourage people to take the vaccine?
I'm not going to vaccinate. It's a personal choice.
Do you encourage people to take the vaccine?
I don't believe in conventional medicine. I don't believe in Western medicine.
Mm.
Whether in a form of vaccine or a tablet, or I don't believe in it.
Okay. It's a personal choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said the problem with vaccine, I don't want to get into the politics. Do you know that, and now because I'm talking to people who are Christians, I will explain. I'm going to leave the spiritual aspect of the vaccine. Let's talk about vaccination itself, right? My argument is, if we're not going to teach, the same vigor and the same energy that we're using to teach people, to tell people to go vaccinate, if there's the same energy that government do what I'm doing now, we don't have to bury people from COVID. We don't even have to close people outside, because COVID will just fly in there on the air. It will just come into my body. It will die immediately. Do you get my point? Because if we vaccinate people today, tomorrow there's another pandemic, tomorrow there's another variant. Is this particular Pfizer or the Johnson & Johnson, is it going to be sufficient for the next variant they say is coming in December? Or are we going to need to take another jab? So we're going to be a generation of jabs. And like I said, the more we're in the era of industrialization, the more we are breathing polluted air, we're eating genetically modified food, the more sick we're going to get.
Yeah.
Right? And so the best thing we do is to cut out conventional medicine and go back to basics. And go back to basics is this. Because like I said, God created every fruit and veg and herb in the garden for it to heal a particular disease. And to even prevent. You know that my grandmother told me that when I went home in Polokwane Rabine, my grandmother boiled this thing, they call it pela. And she says, my grandmother is from a royal family. So she says, you know, every Musanda, right? They will have a particular thing that they do. If they hear that there's going to be what do you call it? There's going to be like a kwashiya call. I don't know how they know, because there was no technology or TV then. Then they're going to pick up some roots and boil it and drink it. And the kwashiya call will pass. So they had vaccination. So I went home and she says, you see this root, a very thin root. She says, Kipela. And she says, that's the vaccine we used to give people. So when we hear that there's going to be some kwashiya call or whatever, you know, what is it? Chicken pox. We'll boil it, and the whole family will just hear that other people have died and our family will not have died, and the other families and the other Musanda that would have taken that. So my point here is that now I'm not a conventional medicine person. I'm not convinced that it is the best interest of people at heart. It's about making money and nothing in between. Okay, can I blend this quickly? Then we take the last. So this is the berries, the banana, the milk, some bit of oats, some mint. You can put whatever. You can even put some chia seeds, very also high in zinc. Very, very great. Very, very great. Very, very great. So this is my small and humble blender. I want it from this side. Is this even on? This is new, guys. So I don't know if I'm doing the right things, but be patient with me. You can keep on asking questions, guys. We still have another hour to go. So I think there's something that I'm not doing right. Clear it out now. This thing even on Jesus. I feel betrayed by this pen. Okay, guys. All right. You know, I don't forget this scene. I actually am very much nostalgic. I was doing a smoothie on TV on Super Sport, ne? And then while I was trying to put to do a blender, is this thing even working? While I was trying to blend, the blender did not work. You can imagine how I felt. Let me see something here. I felt like I could run away. Ooh. I just want to see if it's me, is this plug, because you need to see how this is looking. It looks very young. Okay, guys, if you have more questions, I saw something about, yeah, I think it's here. Oh, all right. Okay. It's on. So let me try again. Question?
Okay, does kombucha and apple cider vinegar helps COVID in any way?
All right. I won't be long because of time. We must take more time to make it nice and smooth. And I always say that, you know, imagine, that's about the bay. Breakfast in bed. I want to read
Nice.
breakfast in bed. So that's a smooth. And then you can put this in a, I mean, this is breakfast. There's oats, there's berries, there's milk. And then you just, voila. Breakfast is served. You see? So healthy eating doesn't have to be boring, guys. So this is full. I mean, if you can have oats for breakfast, why can't you have this? And you've got all those things incorporated, all those nutrients and vitamins, you know, antioxidants, you know, anti-inflammatory properties in here. So you are literally just eating a whole chemist. This is how a chemist should look like, right? With all these herbs. Right. And that's it, guys. I'm showing you what Faith Rabira insisted that I must show you. I was not going to do it because I don't want to show you how to cook meat. And can you believe that our soup is also nice and soft? Maybe let's blend the soup. Guys, don't you just want to come here and join me because I'm going to have a feast by myself.
Okay, I was asking, there was a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Someone is asking if kombucha and apple cider vinegar can help COVID in any way.
Kombucha has prebiotics, ne? Those of us or those of you who know about gut health. You know, there's a doctor who wrote a whole thing about gut. And he said, the reason why people say, my gut, I trust my gut, is because gut is very much important to our health. So kombucha has got prebiotics, and you need to go read about the importance of prebiotics in the body. And then I also love apple cider vinegar.
Does it help COVID in any way?
Yes, it does. It does. Remember, it's also very great in terms of detoxing your system. So it's like washing dishes with the soap. So the system becomes more cleaner, right? There's also some prebiotics, because prebiotics, remember, things that have been, what is the word? Those sort of things like your olives, you know, so they were prebiotics. So the prebiotics are very, very, very great in terms of gut health. And gut health is the beginning of every health, part of everything health in our bodies. Okay, let me blend the soup. Remember, guys, we have a few 30 minutes to go now, so I have to move as fast as I can. Oh God, I didn't buy the cream. I thought I had the cream. And remember, I didn't add the salt. So you do. And I use pink salt. Very good electrolytes. Electrolytes is the electricity of the body, right? So the sea salts is very great to just improve your electrolytes. That's why when a child had diarrhea, they'll say mix the salt, even though we're using an iodidated salt, they'll say use the salt is because the electrolytes in the body, it's electricity, is the one that, you know, sends all the signals in the system. So you need electrolytes, and electrolytes, you find it in him, and you don't overdo it. And so we need our food to be swimming, of course, just a bit. So very, 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 very important. Let us make sure that other thing that I forgot to tell you guys, you see how I stay. I use rubber or wood. Most people who are suffering from cancer, it is the metal that comes from the pot. Because once you use a wooden spoon, once you use a spoon like this one, it is steel against steel. You see? So you are scraping that metal with your spoon, and then the metal gets into your food, and then you eat it, and then you've got a lot of metal, and then that is going to destroy your liver, your kidney, and it can cause you all sorts of cancers. So get rid of this. This you can use it for serving, but make sure that you go and get either the wooden spoon or the rubber spatula. Very much important. Okay, let's see how our soup is looking like. It looks very yummy. All right. Can you guys see me? Oh, okay. Okay. Whew, my kitchen is such a mess. Where is the fatsuku? Okay, so this is the soup. Everything is nice and soft. Our herbs are there. Let me rinse off this. So remember, what I like about the soup you can prepare, you know, a whole big pot of a soup, and then you can, you know, refrigerate it and then warm it every time you feel like you wanna eat it, and it will still come as nice, come out as nice. And then you can also have this for cafeteria at work. So you can just cook a lot of it. I mean, it's just literally butternut and carrot in here. So it's not a very expensive thing to do. You can just, you know, make sure that maybe you can do different types of soups, Google soups. It is the same method. Sauteing some herbs, some onion, and then your vegetables and your spices. And when I say spice, I don't mean barbecue. There's a lot of salt and a lot of preservatives. I mean those Indian spices that are very good, source of. Do you have other questions?
Yeah. Can we replace the milk with water? And if not a COVID patient, can we, okay, for COVID patients, can we replace the milk with water? And if not a COVID patients, can we replace with low-fat milk if you don't have coconut milk?
No animal milk, guys. You guys, today I have to learn how to use a knife for tin open, which is a no can do, because the metal here and the metal here, when they meet, fall into your tin stuff. That is, I don't like tin stuffs. So, but I need the coconut to make my soup nice. So after I do it, remember, if you're gonna have it stay, don't put coconut. So this is like maybe you prepared maybe 4 butternuts, whole packet of carrots, 5 onions, then you're going to make a soup. Then you, from here, you put it in the container in the refrigerator. So every time you want to have some nice butternut soup, this is the taste. I don't know if you guys follow me on Facebook or whatever. People rave about the butternut soup at Green Lounge. This is the recipe, guys. I'm teaching all my secret. So this is how nice and smooth the butternut soup is. So the day you want to feel like you have butternut, you want to have butternut soup. And the reason I love butternut soup or any other soup is that even the night you are lazy to cook, you can just easily just get the butternut soup from your refrigerator in the pots, and then some cream. Okay, guys, I'm going to be a gassy girl for a minute and open here because, like, I don't have a choice. Yeah, I'm a gassy girl, by the way, from Sisho. so I can open a tin with a knife because I just want to show you how creamy it looks. So that is the cream. You don't use an animal dairy cream. Dairy is bad news, guys. Like, I don't care whether it's fat free. It's bad news. Cancer. I want to show you how this butternut soup is looking because wow, this is the best thing after Jesus Christ. And then I served. Look how smooth it is. Can you see it?
Wow.
Maybe you don't even see this one. This one.
Okay. Stunning.
Right?
Mm.
Very nice. So garnish your food, guys. Make your food look attractive. You don't have to be a chef to put some bit of garnish there.
Wow.
Right?
Looks amazing.
And voila, dinner served. They will love you for days for this. Breakfast or smoothie. Har lunchy. I'm showing you lunch now. That's the last thing, guys. Oh my God. It's too small. It's such a mess. You can't believe. This is the time I wish my helper was here. All right. Guys, is this difficult? Like, honestly, tell me if it is difficult.
No.
Is there anything that I've showed you here that is difficult?
Not at all. Well, I don't know. The ladies can talk for themselves.
Is there anybody who feels like, no, Onicca, I think you are not being honest. These things are difficult. So this is a 9-stick pen. If you want to make the most nicest eggs, you better get a 9-stick pen and tell your helper, you know, in no uncertain terms that she does put a skirpot here, she is gone. So after you use this, you just wipe it. That's how you're going to achieve very good food from the 9-stick pen. And I'm showing you now how I'm making my chicken. Why I love a chicken fillet is because you can do a chicken burger with a chicken fillet. You can do a chicken Caesar. You can do just meat, you know, you can do anything. You know what I do, what I've done now with my son, Kulo, I've replaced, he loves burger. So I've taken out the burger patty. That one, I don't know the meat, how they make that burger patty. So I make him burger out of the chicken fillets. And he likes it. Like, he doesn't feel like, no, you know, kids can feel like your mama. Kids are going to think that I'm such a snob, you know. So, like we have agreed, guys, every time you're going to use oil and garlic and herbs, make sure that your pan is warm. So this is a chicken fillet. Nice, fresh. I normally love to buy the day I'm going to use them. That's the day I'm going to buy them. I don't like those frozen ones. So it depends on what you want to do. And I'm showing you a secret. I'm going to show you 2 types of chicken fillets, just for you to be a bit of, you know, a bit extravagant without trying, right? So the first chicken fillet, we're going to do this. We're going to open it in the middle, right? So this is the stuffed one, right? So this is the one that you can do. You can stuff it with anything you want to stuff with. Some spinach, some garlic, some tomatoes, anything you want to stuff it with. So that is the first style. And then remember, the more veggies you put in anything, the more nutritional value. So you're not just stuffing for the sake of stuffing. So you can have some.
Are you maybe able to just tilt it a bit so we can see what you're doing?
Very important. Okay. So this is the, excuse the mess, guys. That is why on TV people have got, you know, assistant directors and content everything. So this is, you can decide what you want to stuff it with, right? Spinach. I prefer spinach because it also just, you know, bring that. So here I've got spinach. I've got some bit of rosemary's, and this is how I've stuffed it, right? I need to look if I've got some toothpick, and this is just a normal fillet. So this is the difference, and I'm going to show you now. There's a mallet, guys. There's something it's called a mallet. It's a kitchen hammer.
Okay, that's your
to
Malay.
make the chicken to. It's very nice to go shopping for your gadgets, ne? Just go, just add 1, 2, 3. So this is how I make my very nice chicken fillet mixture, right? Play with your herbs, guys. Don't be afraid. They are not expensive. Thyme, rosemary, some garlic, and
And
this
they can
time I'm
also
going to
plant them at home. It makes life easier.
pardon?
They can also plant them at home. They make life easier.
Actually, that's what I like people to do these days. Just get, even if you don't have a big space, get a tire, get an old whatever tin, anything. So this is what I normally would like to do, because I know that if you buy them at the house, if you don't use them in 4 days, they are already already wilting. Is that the proper English? They wilt. Okay, whatever, but they wilt. I don't know what. Yeah. So this is the ginger. The reason why I love this, the fresh ginger, and I don't advocate for that ginger in the containers, they put oil. Do you know what oil they mix with that thing? I don't know. So I'd rather be safe. Okay. I'd rather just be safe and get myself a proper, where's the knife? I'd rather just be safe and get myself a proper, here's the sauce. So we've got the garlic here. Actually, you must grate it quickly. Very important, right? And then you're going to use the small side, because we're making a paste. Now you are making a paste out of it. So that's why I want us to use grated ginger, or rather garlic, sorry, beg your pardon.
As you're still grating, someone is asking, where is the best place to buy your vegetables?
I think fruit and veg, what do you call them now? What do you call it? Food lovers.
Food lovers.
Because they've got everything. And you can also find those loose ones that I'm talking about, right? But for this non-extravagant fruits, like just your ordinary tomato, your spinach, your carrots, your beetroot, go to the streets. Those ones are not organic. I mean, they're not genetically modified. Those ones. So the reason why I want a grated garlic is because I want to make something like a paste, right? There are certain spices that are very, very important, and they're healthy. It's turmeric, it's cayenne pepper, it's paprika. Most of these are Indian spices because they're very healthy. Got my turmeric, and this time I'm gonna use my other one because I'm trying to make a paste. So that's a paste, right? This is the paste. You see my paste? Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And some bit of olive oil, Yana. And of course, my seasoning. Are you writing? This is the best thing you can do for your family this Sunday. You can make some baked potatoes, some salads, and then the best thing you can do for your kids this next week when they go to school. What is the day today? You see what I'm doing, right?
Yes.
Even this one, the one that you're going to stuff, we are also going to. And then the best thing is to do it maybe 4 hours before. Like when you do other things before you can start preparing, I have to look for a toothpick to seal this. So this is it. And this time I'm using it because the coconut burns faster. The simplest thing you can do, they add the salt here. Do you remember?
I think you did.
Okay. Yes, so the turmeric and the paprika will make the chicken, will not only add the nutritional value and the flavors, will also give it color when you grill, right? So all right.
We didn't talk about steaming today. Someone is asking whether steaming is good for the lungs.
This is coconut cream, eh?
Can you hear me?
You saw it there. Oh my goodness. I just want to show you the color of the chicken. Can you see it?
Yes, wow.
How beautiful it is. Without even trying hard, hey? So what I like about this is that you can do the following things quickly. Just to show you just one or two examples. Oh, maybe toothpick. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So whatever that you're going to, you can even use cheese to secure to stuff your chicken. Not dairy cheese, of course. So this is the chicken. Remember, I need to feel it like I'm sewing it, so that the things that are inside, I need to. Right. So the first one that I put inside is nice and ready. I need to take a plate and show you something very quickly. How you can use, oh my God, my battery here. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm done with blending. I need to take this picture. The milk bowl before it dies on us. And this is ready. To burn it. I'm going to show you how it looks like now. As I'm checking this one. Okay, let me touch here. Ooh. One thing about turmeric is that it's going to dye everything. Everywhere where I touch it's yellow. And that is that property that I said is cancer fighting. That yellow thing, that is the healthy one. So let's see, this changing. It's not. Okay. Take down the heat a bit. So just a minute, I'm just trying to get rid of the smoke here. I'll switch this off now. So this is what I want to show you. Dishes, right? Like this. This is the first chicken. Can you see it?
Wow. Yes.
Can you see it nice and crusty outside? And let me show you the inside. Can you see it?
Wow, yes.
So very, very important. Now, I just want to show you quickly before we finish. All right, here you go. Now it is chicken fillet for a sandwich and the rye bread. So let's say you just feel like a sandwich. The simple thing to do. That's your sandwich for the kids for breakfast or for sculpting. And normally what I love doing, instead of me using a tomato sauce, I just take normal ripe tomatoes. I cut them into slices like this, and then I just toss them in the what do you call it? I just toss them in the what is the word? In a just to kind of break Right. Where is my? So, because they are kids, you make concessions, right? So this is a sandwich for them for school, right?
Mm.
Some bread, some whatever lettuce or baby spinach. My chicken is there, some tomato, some peppers, some cucumber, whatever that you can get. Then if they still prefer, you can still have some tomato sauce for them. But at least the rest of their meal is healthy, right? And this is why I love, chicken fillets. I think my thing is not charging. Let me check what's wrong. It's 4%. All right, great. Are you with me? So if you don't want to give them preserved tomato sauce, you just cut ripe tomatoes in a warm pan, and then you just keep on tossing until the tomatoes break. You can even use that masher that we used to, and then you allow them to simmer with some bit of salt, and that is how you achieve. So you can have the tomato on top of their sandwich, right? And then the next thing that you can do, this is going to be my supper, most definitely. So I've got you know the way I don't like dishes. It's going to be the most long night where I have to do the dishes.
Sorry.
Okay, so this is your chicken Caesar or whatever. So I've got mixed leaves in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got mixed leaves in there. I've got my high in vitamin C, very high in vitamin C. The robots, 7 colors, right? I've got that. I've got the tomatoes, vitamin A. So like I'm saying, you don't need to be remembering all these things. It's me because I'm a scholar of nutrition. But you just have to do 7 colors. Then you know that, oh, okay, I've kind of incorporated things that I need to incorporate in my food. And my personal favorite, I struggle here in Devon with Eva because they don't come like the ones we have in Limpopo. Rabi, manga, what is the word? Because you find
Jipa, I think it was River. But it's even in Joburg. Even in Joburg, Limpopo, yes. Limpopo, you go into any household.
Yes,
Yeah, no, you're too far. You're too far from Livubu there.
So you just want to have a nice full salad, right?
Mm.
So nice. But remember, we still have the chicken fillet, Rabi. People like you who can live without meat.
Yes, please.
You still want to feel like you are eating health, right? So whatever, olives, some Kalabata olives. I did say that olives are a very great source of probiotics, and they are very, very great for gut health. People who've got gut issues, oh, my hands, Jesus. So we're almost towards the end, guys. I did promise that I'll take 2 hours. I think I'm well within my time. So there's some olives. So that is why I love. So if you want, you can use the one that I stuffed just to make sure that bay is a very chaffed. That I stuffed. And I want to show you after I cut it how it looks like. Did it look difficult when you stuffed it, when I stuffed it?
No, not really.
Ravi?
No, not at all.
It's difficult.
It didn't.
Okay, so it's not. But don't forget to, oh my God, don't forget to remove it's quite bent because I was looking for a charger. Don't forget to remove the toothpick because it was to seal the, ta-da!
Yummy. Wow.
So then how healthy food should look like. And this is your salad. How difficult can this be? And then you can have with your, slice of, rye bread. Everything here is going to be absorbed by the body. So there's no need for the body to try to flush out the things that it needs. So the body is excited to say, oh my God, today it's a good day for us because we've got all these great things in the plate that the body needs. The vitamin E is going to go nourish the skin. And then the prebiotics is going to go help on the gut. The vitamin C in the peppers is going to help with the immune system, The chicken is going to help with the protein, the building of the muscle, and all that. So, ta-da! What more? What more do you want from God? If God wanted us to eat polony, he would have created a polony tree.
Ouch. Wow. No, that looks yummy and healthy.
What's tonight, guys?
Okay, someone is just asking, is it healthy to add anchovies to the fresh salad, or is it two preserves?
Things from the sea, man, guys. Especially now during this, what do you call it? Climate change. Our seas are not healthy. That is why I'm even skeptical with salmon and all that. But there's a lot of dead things in the sea. Dirty.
Wow.
So they are very great source, of minerals, but things in the sea, they're no longer that reliable because of how our seas are now dirty. I think I'm done for tonight.
Can I come through?
Just take a taxi. By the time you get here, I would have been done because I'm starting with the soup.
This looks yummy.
That's my weakness. After I cook, I don't eat.
Wow, that was amazing.
And just in conclusion, I forgot to show you something in conclusion. I know rye bread can be very overwhelming. Rye bread. So this is what I do with my rye bread, right? Our body needs health. Well, we've got a good amount of cholesterol that we need to protect vital organs. So that's where you get it. So that's why we need to have some avocados, good oil. So this is coconut oil is a good oil. So this is what I do. And it has worked for me. So that I don't get, I'm coming guys, I don't get overwhelmed by rye bread. So this is what I do. I do the oven, I switch on my oven, especially with the soup. And it's divine. What I'm showing you now is divine. So I spread my rye bread with some bit of, coconut oil because it's very, very great sauce. Then I chop, I don't have time to chop finely.
Can you please see?
I chop my parsley like this, right? And then I still have some bit of garlic here, just a bit, right? You normally hear people talking about garlic breads and stuff. So garlic, coconut oil, some fresh herbs. In you go in the oven. And this is how I'm going to have my soup with, and even remember, you're not just going to have salad without some form of fiber, or some carbohydrate. But your carbohydrate must be a very simple carbohydrate. I mean, complex carbohydrate. Simple carbohydrate is rice, pap, Kellogg's, those unhealthy starches, as we call them. So we call them simple carbohydrates. So complex carbohydrates are the ones that are very rich in your whole wheats, your rye breads, and all those brown ones. Those are the ones that your body needs for carbohydrate, because it's also very important. I'm not sure about the benters because they don't eat carbohydrate, but I guess they get it. They get the roughage and the fiber from the veggies.
Wow.
All right, guys, can you call it a night?
Thank you. That was amazing. I think there are two questions that I skipped because I didn't want to disturb you as you were still busy. Someone was asking about diarrhea, and yeah, you were still busy with food. And so someone says, how do you stop diarrhea when
Diarrhea
you're
could just be something that you ate and your body's trying to. Remember, you see how God made this body. Remember that diarrhea, the body is made up in such a way that the things it does not need in the body, it easily, immediately get rid of. So there is no, you need to find out what could be the cause of diarrhea. Maybe something that you eat. So the body is trying to excrete that bacteria. So diarrhea could be a way of your body protecting you. This is like fever, right? Fever. When a virus gets into your body, the body increases the temperature to make the virus not to be able to be comfortable. That's how the body is made. So the body is self-regulating. It always want to go to a point of homeostasis. That's a point of balance, right? So once there is a bacteria in the body says, let's excrete it. You start diarrhea. So it might be that the body is trying to say, let's get rid of this bacteria in your system. People with COVID, sometimes because the body is trying to flush out, the focus of your body is to flush out this, produce antibodies and all that. So there could just be a malfunction of the hormones in the cell. There's just a whole lot of reasons why you could be anxious. And
how do you stop it?
So it's very difficult to say to somebody, stop. How do you stop the diarrhea? Because we don't know. And that is why I argue with conventional medicine. Because you first need to know what is the cause. Because if it is for example, if it is a bacteria in your system, I'll normally say drink green juice, because it's going to quickly flush out the system, so that if the body was responding to a bacteria that it does not need and it wanted to be excreted through diarrhea, then that's where then you need to help it to be flushed out. I don't know whether that makes sense.
Yeah.
So there are many reasons why people have diarrhea, and so you can't just put one thing. By the way, remember, the salt and the sugar does not stop diarrhea. The salt and the sugar is to replenish the electrolyte that could have been lost as a result of you losing a lot of liquids and a lot of electrolytes when you're diarrheaing. So it's not to stop the diarrhea. So sometimes when you're diarrheaing, just help your body. Drink green juice or whatever that can help you to quickly flush out that thing that is making your body to want to excrete it. What is the other question?
The other question was about the lungs. If steaming is good for the lungs.
Of course. That's why I fight with these people of government. It decongest the lungs. You can go and talk. Remember, what the virus will do, the virus will, and that is the beauty of the body. The moment the body picks up that there's a virus in the lungs, the body will release a mucus to try to protect the lungs from this threat in the lungs. But because the lungs are not used to having this excess mucus, that's why people struggle to breathe. Now, what happens is that then the lungs, because of the inflammation, you start to have got the thickening of the mucus, right? So once you steam, you are thinning the mucus so that the mucus can easily be. That is why most people that are steaming, they start to cough. And I say, do breathing exercises, because then you start to, the mucus are thinning, then you feel decongested, then you start now to want to cough out the mucus. That is the one that is blocking your airwaves and making. That is why I get so mad with ventilators, because when you're lying there in the hospital and they've got a ventilator on your mouth, the ventilator does not assist anything in your lungs. So you are sitting there, and then at worst you are sitting straight, right? You are facing up. So your lungs are continuing to be suffocated. And then the mucus continues to form, it continues to clot, it continues to make very thick clots that blocking your airwaves. But when you are busy on the ventilator, there's no help here. That's why people die anyway with the ventilators. That's where I have a problem with conventional medicine.
Okay, I think the last ones there. Okay, then I think this is a follow-up, but is it safe if diarrhea takes more than 2 days? Is it safe to lose so much liquid?
Sorry, I did not hear that.
Is it safe if diarrhea takes more than 2 days? Is it safe to lose so much liquid and be dehydrated?
You'll be dehydrated. Replenish the water. You need to know why you are having diarrhea. And then I think maybe the person must have my contacts, and let's talk about it, because I will not just recommend. The person could easily be anxious. You know, people, when you hear about the death of somebody, you immediately just diarrhea, or you immediately just go into, what do you call it? Into periods. So that's why anxiety is not good. So we need to find out why.
Okay.
What could have been the cause of the diarrhea, and then I can concoct some. I mean, even Mponya, I can easily help because it is antibiotic.
Yeah. Okay, you mentioned that steel is not good. Is plastic also bad, especially when we put hot water in the bottle?
Yeah, that is why we need to get those plastics that are safe. Like, for example, it's not written. Yeah, there are plastics that are very, very safe. There's the weight that they use. What is this weight? Oh, it escaped me. But it's written PB something. What?
And someone wrote there, BP friendly.
BP, yes, that one. Yes, that one. Yeah.
Someone said,
thank you so much. Yeah.
Can we use coconut oil? Can we use that coconut oil for skin as well?
Oh, definitely. But let me show you the right one, right? Because also with olive oil, I don't have it here. There's an olive oil that is written for external use. Let me bring something quickly. Okay, this is, I don't use all these chemicals on my skin. So this is how I manage it. It's olive oil. It's there at Clicks. It's like, it's written olive oil for external use. So this is the olive oil that I use. And this is the coconut, right? And then some bit of apple cider vinegar and some aloo. So I just mix this together, and then it lasts me for about 3 months. It's coconut oil, it's very great. This is what I use on my skin every night before I sleep. I wash my skin and I apply some coconut oil.
Someone is asking, what's the name of Muhlonyane again in English?
Tmesia.
Tmesia. Oh, yeah. Okay, last one. I see. Hey, otherwise, ladies, I think if we continue to ask questions, we won't finish. I suggest that you all follow Onicca on Facebook and Instagram.
And they must have consult.
Yeah, and then you can consult. The numbers are there.
We can't respond to all health questions tonight.
Yeah, and we had said that it should be, we must only focus on COVID questions. So if we've not tackled any of your questions, she's still on Facebook. She's ready to help. You can just call the number that will be there, and you can consult with her. You can go and buy all the soups, all the COVID recovery stuff. You can go down to a restaurant in Musgrave in Devon. You'll get all the information if you follow her on Instagram. Her name is Onicca with a double C, Moloi. So I'm sure you were all helped today, and thank you. I'm sorry we cannot continue to ask as many other questions. We've run out of time. Okay, no, we still have a minute or so. Quick ones, just 3 last questions. How can one get rid of a dry cough after recovering from COVID? how to treat asthma, especially this time for COVID, and can we consult online? Thank you. Can we please have the picture of the combination?
I only do virtual consulting. Yes, it's online. And there's a mixture, Rabi, that I posted, the cough mixture one. Do you have it? Can you post it here?
The one you did last month.
Yeah, the one that you mix. I'm tired now. You grate ginger. Ginger, grate some garlic, right? Some coconut oil, right? Some lemon, no water, by the way. You simmer it on top of the stove. I had to go buy myself this set because, so after you simmer it, right? Then you're going to take like a cup, all this herbs and whatever that remains here, they must remain in the sift. So you're going to do it like this. And whatever that remains, that's the mixture.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Asthma during the time of COVID?
Breathing exercise. Breathe in. Hold with your core. All right. It's also good to, like, you know, I was showing you my six-pack. I realized that breathing exercises is more defined because when you hold it with your core. There are 5 people who are now off completely the pump. They're off the pump completely because of breathing exercises, and they stopped dairy because dairy causes mucus in the lungs, and the mucus is the ones that it's very much problematic in terms of asthma.
Wow, thank you so much, Onicca. We have no words. May God continue to bless you and give you more wisdom. May He visit you in your dreams to give you more information of how to continue to save the nations. We thank you, our national Mogokolwane. And yeah, and I think a lot of us would be able to talk and say, yes, you have helped a lot. And those that are recovering, I know that some of your people are not attending. You can also just text me on WhatsApp. Those that are on our prayer group, I will forward the recording on the group, and we can have you can have the recording there. Onicca, did you record on, were you live also on Facebook?
No, I've got an issue of network in this apartment, so I did not want to be on 2 gadgets because it was going to affect us.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually shocked that it's just by the grace of God, because when I lead Zoom meetings, it would have kicked me out a couple of times. So you guys have really prayed for this, because you guys remember that I've got a bread in the oven in
Forgot about the bread. We forgot about the starter.
And you saw how it's done, so that's what matters.
Yeah.
So that's how you make your bread, so that it's not, you don't have to apply your margarine and all those unhealthy stuff. So coconut, grated garlic, some chopped herbs, put in the oven for about 5 minutes on the broiler. The broiler is the upper part when it's too hot, and that's how you're gonna have, you enjoy your sandwiches, your eggs with that bread. Wow.
Thank you so much. Anyone looking for the video, for the recording, you can contact me. I've just posted my WhatsApp number on the chat, and then we can forward you the video there. Sorry, the recording, and we can then take it from there. Yeah, this was so informative. Thank you so much. That's what I'm cooking tomorrow, Onicca, without a doubt.
All right.
Thank you for everything. Come again?
Okay, let's do the real 7 colors, guys. Let's stop my light.
Yes, please. I think that's the way to go. Even the Bible says so. We need to be able to use this. The Lord has supplied all that we need in our fruit, in our plants. So we need to be able to use that. So we appreciate your time. So enjoy your meal. I wish I was there to eat with you, but I'm coming down next week. So yeah, you'll have to prepare something. Yeah, well, bon appetit. Thank you and good night, ladies. Can I just close with a word of prayer? Father, we thank you for this time. We thank you for the opportunity to be able to sit at your feet and hear from you and hear this wisdom from you, oh God. We ask you, Father, to continue to reveal yourself and reveal more information and more wisdom, Lord, to your daughter, Onicca, Father, so that she can be able to help more people. And that the information that she's also giving us, we can also give to others so that we can save nations, oh God, because it is your will that we can live life and life in abundance. We thank you for all that you've supplied for us to be able to live long lives and lives that are glorifying your name, oh God. Thank you for this evening. Thank you for the opportunity to still be alive in this day and age. Thank you for leaving us as the remnants of your kingdom, oh God. Help us to live right and to continue to spread the gospel, Father, so that people can get to know you when they know us, oh God. Thank you so much for this tonight. We thank you and we ask that as we are dispersing to our different homes, Lord, and bedrooms, Father, may you be with us, may you sleep with us and protect each one of us. Help those that are sick, Father, may you touch them and heal them, heal their bodies, heal their minds emotionally, oh God, everyone who's not feeling well, Father, may you touch them, Father, tonight in the name of Jesus, that they can recover quickly, oh God, and may they glorify your name, oh God. May they give glory to your name, Father, in the land of the living, and may they testify of your goodness, Father. We thank you for this evening, and we thank you for everything. Continue to lead us and guide us and be with us in everything that we do, Father, in the name of Jesus. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
So ladies, let's meet tomorrow as we are going to be with Bishop Maponga at 6 o'clock. It's going to be 6 to 7. It won't be as long as today's session was. So make sure that you join in on time. Bishop Maponga will be releasing stuff, you know, Bishop Maponga, and yeah. So let's make sure that we are there tomorrow. And Friday, we are taking Holy Communion with Mrs. Rasmussen, and it's going to be a power-packed session as well as we close our prayer week. May we continue to pray. Let's meet at 12 midnight, 3 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 12 afternoon. Make sure that we continue to pray 24 hours for our people, for the nation. We don't stop because God is waiting on us to pray for these people. He said, if my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves, he will hear us from heaven and he will heal our land. And we know that he's going to do that. Let's continue to do that until he heals our land in the name of Jesus. Thank you and good night. Thank you, Onicca. Good night.
Thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you, Rebe. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you, Chef. Good night, AKA.
Thank you,
Thank you,
AKA.
team.
Good night.
Sabadaroli ba Rabe?
Abudi.
Rabe, Madagwana.
Madekwana Abudi.
Ladies, see you again tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye. Thank you, team. Stay blessed.